A little bit early. If anyone is here early, let me know if you can hear me because I think we had some mic problems last time. So yeah, guys. So we're starting quite early at the moment. Um, a little bit early. If anyone is here early, let me know if you can hear me because I think we had some mic problems last time. Giving myself some likes, I guess. I guess we could probably get started. So this live's about. This is the second live I'm doing now. On LinkedIn, which is quite interesting because I've never really done a live on LinkedIn before. And yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's not there yet. It's not as good as TikTok or Instagram, but it's getting there. We are going to talk about how AI is changing the construction industry, and we're focusing on the UK right now. So there's so many things, so many tools that have come out probably just in the last 6 to 12 months in construction that is already helping so many smaller companies and allowing you to have more access to better tools. So there's a lot of competition right now. There's automated takeoffs and document analysis. So at the moment, AI is not really 100% autonomous in taking off drawings, but there is an opportunity to make it better. And I think almost every month, I'm seeing AI and tools become better and better. So although we're not 100% there yet, there are so many tools that will take about 90% of the workload off of what you're doing. If anyone's here, by the way, give us a little wave or a like or hello, just so I know who's in the room. And if you've got any questions, put them in the comment box, and I can definitely try to answer them for you. If you're new here and you don't know me, my name's Sophocles. I've been in construction for about 20 years. I studied civil engineering and construction management, then led on to basements, concrete, and then I worked for myself for a very long time in project management. I've been a main contractor, I've represented client side, I've pretty much seen everything you can see in construction, both good and bad. So, from small, tiny projects to multi million pound renovations and externals. So I've been around. I've been around for sure. And one thing I've always done for the last 20 years is takeoffs, estimating, quoting, quantity surveying, so managing the process of cost consultancy, making sure that variations are correct, both client side and contractor side. As you know, it's a war when you're in construction between the two, trying to make it fair for both. You know, variations are always a bit of a gray area, but it's all about being fair, having your rates up early, putting your rates in with your costing so there's no discrepancies and issues later. So, subtitle is a bit too large in the comments. I didn't know there were subtitles. I think you can turn those subtitles off because I haven't got subtitles on. It could be, oh yeah. So if you press that, if you tap your screen, press the CC button on your screen and then turn off your subtitles. That should work for you. So, if you guys can see my screen, I will just carry on talking about how AI is changing construction estimating, and it's changing it forever. It's already here, it's not going anywhere. Um, and here we are, data driven costing. So, that's something quite important right now because at the moment, we can have live access to market rates within. So, when we're pricing, I think that there'd be an opportunity to keep pricing live to contract stage. I know that doesn't make sense, but bear with me for a sec. If at the moment the way we do costing is, for example, I'm costing now in May, I'm giving a price to a client. By the time August hits and they're ready to start site, we may have seen a huge increase in a certain material. And of course, it's not the contractor's fault because no one can predict the market. As we know, no one knows if it's going to go up or down. So what it could do is keep costing interactive and live until the contract gets signed. So this means that they will be updated with the knowledge of client, obviously with making sure that you're in line with market rates, just to protect the project. Because as we know, sometimes projects fail because of poor planning, being unable to price things correctly, and obviously market conditions. When you see markets changing, this is where projects fail, because in a multi-million pound project, even an inflation of 0.5% or 1% can throw things off. And once you start throwing things off, as most of us know who are in construction, it's quite hard to get it back, quite hard to close that hole. So things like risk compliance and other things are really helping. AI is helping now contractors to avoid budget overruns, recognizing patterns from the past to try not to allow it to happen again. And things like BIM integration. So BIM integration is really being updated now. And it combines BIM, building information modeling, or CAD or 3D models, and it combines it with AI, which has a knock-on effect on budgets, aligning with designs, making sure designs are appropriate, and basically making things a lot more efficient. So this is just a few places where AI is really starting to change how we work in construction. I think it's quite exciting, and I'm actually very happy to see that our industry is finally becoming a bit more digital, because as we all know, construction is one of the oldest, I'd say, one of the oldest industries in the world in terms of carpentry, and we've been building things since the Stone Age, right? So what I'll do is I'm going to show you what tools I'm using. It's called MyQS. This was built by myself through many years of construction experience, quantity surveying, estimating, contract administration, pretty much everything. But I wanted to build this to make our lives easier in construction. From small contractors who are doing small bathrooms, and I'll show you that in a second, it's called Quick Quote, to larger contractors probably pricing a 1 million to 5 million pound project without having resources necessarily to always have a QS. Now, I'm not saying that QSs aren't needed, they are always needed, but there is also a commercial opportunity for estimators and QSs to use AI to make their rates a bit more efficient, because they are becoming more efficient. I mean, if a QS or an estimator can save 80% of their time, you could easily give back 10-20% to a client, right? I mean, keeping things fair. So let me start with this tool that we've built. This is basically a takeoff tool, and it's interactive. We all have used Bluebeam before. I would say, let's call it a competitor, right? I mean, I can show you how it works. The first thing you do is you set your scale. Unfortunately, as we know, not all drawings are to scale. So the best thing to do is set your own scale based on a draw, or based on an area that you already know. For example, if this had no measurements on it at all, I would probably guess that door might be a 900. So I could measure that door and I would have my scale at 0.9 meters or 0.8, or whatever the standard rate of openings are in your region or which part of the world you're in. So let's start. So this is pretty much as simple as it can get. The reason we wanted to make it simple as well is because sometimes QSs, contractors, architects, we don't always have time to sit here and do manual measurements. So the easier this can be, the easier it could be to train someone to use it. So by the way, guys, if you're here, give us a hello. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I can see my comments. It's in front of me right now. So if you have got questions, I will definitely try my best to answer it. So as you can see, I picked that area. I'm just going to call it bedroom. This is a real project, by the way. Bedroom 1. I'm going to give it the categorization. So I want it for demolition, and I would like to demolish the floors. Once I've done that, that's been measured. Well, that's not a very straight line, but it's all right. It's all good. I need to zoom in a bit more, but it's quite difficult when I'm screen sharing at the moment. So yeah, our measures pop up here, as you can see. And what I'll do is I'll do another one so that we can compare. It is really slow because I'm screen sharing, but you know what? I'm just going to do a box right now just to keep things simple. Actually, I can't let myself do a box, because then I would kick myself later for not going into that little kink there. So we'll do another area. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you what's next. So obviously, as you can see, floor two demolition, it's saved from your previous. You save that as well. And what happens here is you've got all your measurements. You can annotate, as you know, from using Bluebeam and probably a few other bits and pieces that we've used in the past. We can cross-reference, but the best part is we can also ask AI. So let me say, how much skirting required in, is it bedroom one we called it? This is, you've got to be careful here because you've got to label them correctly and make sure that you're referencing the correct. So you need to apply rates, but I just need the measure. This is the other thing as well. You can apply actual real life rates on this. Okay, it's asking me to ask again. It always happens when you're doing a demo that you haven't got everything ready. How are you? Why am I writing how are you? That doesn't really make sense. If you are here, guys, and you can hear me, let me know so I'm not talking to myself. So how much? I think I called it a room one, didn't I? I did. See that one? Yeah, I think. Okay, so I have not labeled them correctly. That's my fault. I should have labeled them correctly. But it's basically calculated this floor two, I guess. This is what I labeled it. And it's telling me that I need 11.6 linear meters. So I guess if we add all of these areas up here, all of the parameter here, we would get 11.6. The point is, we can easily pin it as a note and refer to it later. And the reason this is good is because this will generate an automatic bill of quants. So once you've done all the takeoff, it's literally a click of a button, that button there on the top right, and it gives you a breakdown with your rates and everything else. If you want to see the table, just to make sure that you've got all your areas correct, this is a good view because it just allows you to just focus on the measurements, and you've got all these lovely, beautiful, but yet simple tools to, make things work. So you can always use AI to generate your rates as well once you've got your measures and everything else. And this feature here will actually start becoming a automated highlight. In the next version, in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be quite interesting. Oh, hi, Nicole. Welcome to the chat. Thank you very much. Glad you're here. If you've got any questions, put them in and let me know. I'll definitely try to answer it for you. So this is one thing that is part of my QS costing platform at the moment. And this is very efficient and it's very competitive as well because there are so many tools on the market right now. And obviously, the more tools we have available, the better the pricing will be, the more competitive it will be. So this is a quote I've done. So this is something called Quick Quote. This is very good for small trades, small builders, anyone pricing anything up to about £100,000 of projects. This is great because it allows you to generate quotes within about 5 minutes. And all you need to do is give it a prompt, upload some drawings, upload some pictures, and it will give you a full-on breakdown. Reason I like this is because it's so quick and easy to use, and it makes you look very professional. So a lot of us in construction are quite guilty of not having the time to look professional, and a lot of us in construction don't have the time. So it's not really our fault at the end of the day. We would love to. I mean, I know that I would have loved to look this professional when I was doing my quoting for my own business, but I never had the opportunity. So what happened here, this is the final, but what I did previous to this was give it a prompt, give it some idea of how many square meters I would like it to be. And I said to it that I would like to do a new bathroom installation, 4 square meters, and then AI basically generated the rest. I like to see this view because it's a live preview of what your client will see. So bathroom renovation, you've got your letter, you've got your front page, you've got your summary. By the way, you don't need to include this. For example, I don't like including the dashboard, so I just remove it. And another thing I don't like to do as a contractor is show the pricing on each item because it just leaves things open for scrutiny. And it's not really good practice or good business if you're doing a small project to show the cost. So you press that button there. Your items are still there, so you can easily see what's included and what's not. But your pricing is here at the bottom. So it just gives you a total cost. It allows you to edit your payment terms. It allows you to automatically generate your terms and conditions. And again, this project here took me 2 minutes from start to finish, just from that single prompt. There are other ways to do this. If you don't speak English, or if English is your second language, you can use voice, which translates from any, I think, about 50 languages right now. It allows you to do a description in any language. AI will then translate it and then create the list of items for your project. No spelling mistakes. I'm guilty too. I've done a lot. I still do spelling mistakes now. Thankfully, with AI, we don't have that anymore. You can upload site photos, which is cool. I use this often too. Sometimes, for example, the other day, if it's a maintenance job and you need to change a fence panel, you take a picture of it, you tell it how many panels, or you don't even have to tell it how many panels, it picks it up on the photo. So if it's 5 panels, it will tell you replace 5 panels if that's what you want to do. And this is for small developers, small contractors, if you want to upload basic floor plans. So if a client sends you something like, I don't know, right move floor plans, you upload it, give it a prompt, tell it what you want to do, and your outcome after you've clicked that will look like this. Obviously, this only has 24 line items, but the bigger your project, the more line items you have. Fully editable. It's also got validation at the bottom, so it's telling you where it's found this information and why it's pricing this. If you've got different rates, so if you don't like it, or if you prefer to be a little bit more expensive in some areas, you increase the price, or you can decrease the price, and that has the effect on the entire document. If you forget something, you add items with AI, which I think is pretty cool as well, because sometimes we do forget. And there we go. That's pretty much it. You can export this. You can send it directly to a client. You can create RAMs, project-specific RAMs, based on the project you've generated with one click. So that generates your risk assessments and method statements. And I think this is a very powerful tool, although it's very simple. This was the goal, to make it simple and to make it usable, and to allow people to just buy some of your time back. Because it's we can use it on better things. We can do a lot better things with it. I showed you the interactive takeoff. Build Pro is something that I've been working on for a very long time, and to me, this has taken a lot of energy and a lot of time to try and get large projects done and measured accurately just by uploading drawings. So I can give you an example. This is a new build house in London. Sorry, guys, excuse me. With drawings, and what I can do. So what we built this feature to let us know how MyQS built this quote. So this is the process it used. It tells you the PDF drawings, and if you go down, it will actually reference the superstructure, how many square meters it's found of the drawings. Reason I wanted to include this is because unfortunately I've used a lot of software in the past. A lot of us have used a lot of software in the past, I'm sure, and we have discovered that it's not accurate. Now, I'm not saying this is 100%, but I'm saying that you can easily check it if you wanted to, just by understanding how it generated your quote and where it found the information from. So it's telling you 3 number of doors. These are French bifolding doors. It's picked up 4 roof lights. This can be easily checked, obviously, if you've got your drawings. And then it gives you how we priced it. So it tells you what the average band is for a new build, 1700 to 3400. Tells you if you're in band or if you're too low or too above. So again, this is just giving you a bit more clarity, your prelims, and it gives you a quality check. So this is what I always check first, just to make sure that it's understood the project, because unfortunately AI likes to hallucinate, likes to duplicate, and it likes to just make things up. So that's why we built Build Pro as a part of the module, which goes through a 9-step process to try to minimize and reduce duplicates, hallucinations, not understanding of drawings. So it's a very rigorous pipeline, which I think we've nearly cracked it. I think we're about 90, you know what, I'm going to say 90%. I'm going to be conservative and say 90% of this 1.1 million or 1.3 million, depending on your finished project, was done just by AI. In this situation, would come into schedule of works, and I would like to see what it's created. Good thing is, it's not only told me what it wants to do, but it's also given me the reference of the drawing. So again, if I see something that's not accurate or correct, I can always cross-reference it in a matter of minutes. If something is really below 90% in terms of understanding, it will give you a review warning. So it will say to you, have a look at this drawing because there might be a discrepancy there. So again, it does save you a lot of time. And that's pretty much it, how it works, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of other tools. There's compliance, there's tenders, there's so much to do. What I'd recommend is make a free account, have a look around. You've got a free quick quote included, and I think you've got a lifetime build pro quote to do. So I'm not sure what else you guys want to see. If you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. I'd love to answer them. Of course, it's all about customization now with AI because everything is so generic at the moment. Even when I'm doing LinkedIn posts, I do use AI, just like we all do. We all use AI to generate uh, our posts. So it's nice to have some customization. It's nice to stand out a bit. So I love going into branding. If you've got your own color, you put that in there, and every document you generate will have your color, your branding color on it. And if you've got your own front page, you just upload it there, and it automatically overrides. Things like quote defaults are good because if you've got a standard profit range that you go through, you just add it there so it automatically incorporates it. You've got payment terms, and then you've got default terms and conditions. I like this because it allows you to generate trade specific and also project specific terms and conditions for any project you do. Rate library, I like too because it allows me to override my system. If I've got a laborer that I'm paying £180 a day, I put them in there and I add the rate. So automatically, when there's a labor involved in pricing, it overrides it with my own rate. I can do square meters as well. So if I've got a subcontractor that gives me a square meter price on brickwork, let's say, I can include that there. And again, this will automatically pick up brick and block work and override the system. So that's pretty much everything. You've got billings and plans, and then you've got integration. So I like the customization side of AI. I think it's good because we should stand out, we should be different, and why not? Why not use AI to support the industry? It's obviously really needed right now, and I'm glad to see it. I'm very happy to see it. If anyone's just jumping in now, welcome. I have done quite a bit. This will be available, by the way. It is being recorded, so you can watch it later. And if you've got questions, just DM me, or put it in the comments, or put it in the section, and I'll come back to you for sure. I think that's everything, to be honest with you. This should have been an hour, but since we don't have any questions right now, I'm not really sure what to talk about. Just go back to this because I actually do enjoy measuring when it's easy. So Nicole, you're saying we can hear good. Thanks. I'm glad you can hear. I'm glad you can hear. How can you find it? How are you finding it? Cosmin near Ashku. I hope I'm saying that right. Hi, could you please confirm if these prices are the cost ones or the sales ones? What do you mean by that, Cosmin? Do you mean that client-facing prices? So yes, it would be what you're giving to your client. So it includes your profit. If you go into let's go into one of the quotes so I can show you. So if you're using Build Pro, do you want to see Build Pro or are you doing smaller projects? If you're doing anything under 100K, I'll show you a quick quote. If you're doing anything more, then I can show you Build Pro. But since this is a bit quicker and easier, I can show you that these prices are your client side. So where you find your profit and risk is here. So what that does, it automatically buries your profit into each line item. So as you can see, that price is changed now to 12,000 because I've put my profit in. So what you're seeing is the live pricing, cost pricing. And again, if you wanted to change it, you can easily update it there. So where you can toggle around with costs, it's probably here. So it allows you to increase your profit, just gives you an opportunity to see what it really costs. And obviously, your client will not see the obviously the profit margins. So if I just go back to the live preview now, you'll see that the price has changed to 12. There you go. So all of that can be hidden and exported. You can see the level of detail it gives us, just for instance, for a simple bathroom, by the way. And I think it's a great way to stand out, for sure. Yeah, I like it. I actually use this quite often. This is not mine, this is a demo account, but I personally, even though I've built this, I use this very, very often. I do not quote with Excel or pen and paper anymore. And it's been great. Great feedback from clients. They love the professionalism. I mean, we've pretty much, not had any complaints in terms of looking good. So, yeah, that's all. That's all really. If you've got questions, guys, put them in, and I'll try to answer them for you. If you've got any questions about AI in general in construction, I can also try to answer them too. But I hope, Cosmin, that answered your question, my friend. Also, where does it take the prices ranges from? So at the moment, these are live pricing. So this is AI. It goes off to the market live. I could tell you exactly where it is, but it's better if I DM you that information. Some information is private and back-end stuff, but it's an API call. It makes live while it's pricing your job. So you're not getting prices from 2021, if that's what you think now. It's completely live. If a price is changing today and it's been updated on the market, it will reflect onto your drawing. Onto your quote. And if materials are increasing, a certain type of materials are increasing, goes onto the market, finds the average cost of the material and includes that too. Now we need to know that it's an average cost. Some people get material costs much cheaper, some people get it more expensive. So that's up to you to try and determine, but you will understand of basically you will get an average cost of a material based on live market rates at the moment. So it will do that for you. Nicole, I'm just at the beginning of my career and AI has entered the industry with me, haha. It's inspiring to see how you used it as a tool here. I haven't seen any tool this detailed before. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm reading it on my phone and it's quite far away, so apologies if I misread that. Thank you. It's taken a long time to build this. I'm quite proud of it. It's accurate. The buzzword I hear from people who are using this right now is this is impressive. I agree, it's impressive, even though even if I do say so myself. I know I've built it, but I've used so many other softwares, including Bluebeam, MS Project, Asta. I've used all that stuff, and I know how complicated it is, and I know how long it takes, and I know that you need to download that software onto Microsoft when I like to use Mac, and it's complicated. So this is why I built this, to give you control of the cost process and the tendering process from the very beginning. And even if you just want to get an understanding of what's included, if you're starting your career, Nicole, it's great to see what things cost. It's great to understand what a breakdown will look like and how you can adjust and change and understand the project very early on. So it does help a lot of younger students as well, believe it or not. A lot of younger trades who are starting out in the industry, and they are not really sure, they haven't got experience, right? Because pricing is always about experience, because you can price as much as you want, you can use a spreadsheet, you can go online, but the real world and the real conditions are not the same. So it's experience that you need really to do a proper pricing. And even with that, sometimes we're wrong, sometimes we're off, something goes wrong. It can't predict the future. But with the young people entering the industry, they've got no clue, right? They've read, they've understood, they've got no clue what things what things cost. So it's easy for them to use this, generate a quote, understand the items, understand the breakdown, and then work backwards from the cost. So try to figure out what it would cost them. So it's almost teaching the youngers as well to understand how to price. So I hope it helped you as well. There is a free account here. You guys can just log in, MyQS, make a free account. You can, I think most of these tools are available to try. I don't know if you can download everything, but you can play around with it. You can do a couple of quotes just to see yourself if it works or not. I've tested this hundreds of times with dozens of contractors before even going to the market, and there was a lot of bugs, a lot of mistakes. AI was completely inaccurate when we first started this. It was completely off. It was giving us different numbers every time we did it. It was giving us a different specification every time we tried. And the difficult part was trying to get it to understand and think like a real life QS or an estimator. And like I said, we're very close. I'm actually quite happy with this progress. I'm not saying we're 100%. Nothing's ever 100%, but we take away about 80% of the time required to build these. So, guys, I really appreciate that. If there's any more questions, please put them in. If not, I will close up, and this will be available to see again. Any questions, DM me, put them in the comments. I really appreciate everyone who's been here and listening. Much appreciated. And the future's bright, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the future in construction. So thank you very much, and see you guys soon. Bye.